Right now, 100 trillion life forms have taken up residence on you and inside of you. You are like a planet teeming with life, and it's not pretty. You're being attacked, assaulted by armies of tiny beings that can make your skin crawl.
The question is, why are we still alive?
New science, however, may change the way you look at these invaders. That's because many of these creatures are microbes, and they're essential to keeping you alive.
Our own existence depends on their presence.
How is that possible? Could countless legions truly aid in your survival? Who are these microbes that call your body home? And what secrets can we learn from the creatures inside us? Planet Earth is home to a menagerie of creatures living in every conceivable environment. They herd, flock, school, and blossom in their millions. The Earth teems with life. But get above it, take a satellite view, and life is all but invisible. Same with us. When we see each other, it's the satellite view. But get down on the surface, and it's a whole different world. A world of arid deserts, river valleys, hydrothermal vents, and heaving swamps. This planet is us, and it's seething with life.
The human body is not one simple landscape. It's many, many kinds of landscapes and micro-habitats. And these are some of the most densely populated sites on the entire planet, if you can believe it.
I sometimes imagine if we had eyes that were microscopes and I looked at a person, what would I see? I wouldn't necessarily see a human being the way you might imagine it.
Your body has been invaded by trillions of creatures. They've taken up positions virtually everywhere and outnumber your cells 10 to 1. That means you're not just one thing. You're actually a composite creature, part human and part microbe. Who are these microbes that call your body home? For visible biota, scientists have devised a classification system for creatures that are familiar to us. Among the animal kingdom, there are mammals, like lions and whales. There are birds, slithering reptiles, and a myriad of fish species. Plants have also been subdivided and classified. And so, too, have microbes. Among the microbes, there are countless species of viruses. There are parasites, like flatworms. There are fungi, like molds, yeast, and mushrooms, most noticeable to us when they bear their fruits. All of these microbes exist in the wild, out of sight and often out of mind. But microbes like these have also colonized you, and this is where their story gets a little creepy. It's long been thought that most micro-invaders are inconsequential. They're just along for the ride. They have their agenda, and you have yours. Consider a monstrous critter that's less than pint-sized. Rest your head on your pillow, and you'll join thousands of dust mites that have come to dine on your flesh.
In 5 years, 10% of the weight of pillows is dust mite. In 10 years, a mattress accumulates large amounts of debris, including dust mites and desk worms of man and dander from animals and fungi and fungal spores, bacteria, particulates of all types, soil, chemicals that come from the mattress and sheets, as well as secretions and excretions from the body, of which there are numerous types. Feces, for example, urine, semen, tears, salivary secretions, nasal secretions, pus, etc.
Go back to sleep. Flesh-eating mites, like most nighttime intruders, are gross, but they're inconsequential. Given that fact, you might be tempted to dismiss microbes altogether. You could live with them or without them. Such musings, however, could be a very fatal mistake. Consider what might happen if you were microbe-free. That's what scientists did in a simple but ingenious experiment. They raised mice in a germ-free environment. On the outside, the mice appeared to develop normally, but on the inside, it was like Frankenstein's monster. Without microbes, the mice had many deformed and warped organs, and their hearts were abnormally smaller. If mice need microbes for normal organ development, what cryptic powers do these creatures unleash on you? To investigate the secret lives of microbes, scientists around the world are collaborating on an epic endeavor. It's called the Human Microbiome Project, and it's considered the biggest life science project of all time. The goal of the project is to catalog all the microbes that live inside you, to see what they're doing and what impact they have on your health.
The Human Microbiome Project is probably the most exciting thing that's happened in microbiology since Pasteur. It's astonishing to recognize how little we know, how much there is to learn, how quick we can learn it, and the impact it's going to have on human health.
It's going to scrape.
With trillions of microbes inhabiting our bodies, identifying them is no small task. Consider your skin. On the open plains of this seemingly desolate landscape, there are 10,000 critters every square inch. In more tropical and wet environments, like the valleys of your armpit, the population skyrockets. Real estate here, the size of a postage stamp, is home to 15 million micro-inhabitants. That's nothing. Dive into the great cave of the mouth, and the population explodes. Microbes cling to the cliff sides of the cheeks. They take root in the granite towers of the teeth. And they anchor themselves in the rugged marshes of the tongue. Your mouth is saturated with hundreds of millions of living beings.
Now, as you move down through the stomach into the small intestine and ultimately to the large intestine, the colon, the numbers reach their peak. We're now 1 million-fold higher than we were on the skin or in the mouth.
This is the helicopter view inside the colon. See that white stuff? They are countless beings living off of you. Combine the cities of Tokyo, Los Angeles, New Delhi, and New York, and you still wouldn't approach the scale of life inhabiting here.